I don't even fully know how to start this video because it's like, why is it so hard for some people to understand that some of us don't experience romance because we physically don't have, like, we just don't feel it. It's like, it's just something we don't have. It's kind of like how you can't imagine a new color. You can't imagine a new color because there's only so many like cones and whatever the fuck in your eyes that we have as humans. So it's like we literally can't imagine a new color. But for some people, it's such an impossible task to understand that some people don't experience romance. And I even go as far as to say romance is not a, well, I know it's a fact, it's not a real concept. That's the truth. And I say this as an aromantic person. I've been wanting to make this video, I think, ever since I started my channel, because I think this belief system and this thought system is like, it's connected to me in such a deep-rooted way, and the way I think and feel about life, Taoism, religion, everything, like myself. But guys, you can tell I'm a bit nervous to talk about this, or just to talk in general at the camera. It's only been like a week, but I've been feeling so insecure lately. Like, I don't know what it is. I've been feeling really insecure and all over the place. But I thought, I don't really care. I miss talking to the camera, talking to you guys, I guess. And in this video, I'll probably like answer some Q&A questions. I'll probably like do mini Q&As in like the next couple videos. I might even record another video after this, because I don't want to dedicate a video just to me doing a Q&A. Like, I'm not that important. Like, I don't need a whole video dedicated to, you know. I'll probably do that at the end of the video. But yeah, some people don't experience romance. I'm one of those people, and I have been in relationships before. But let me explain to you, first of all, what it means for me first to be aromantic. Because I think in order to understand my thought, my point of view, you need to understand where I'm coming from. So, what the fuck is that? Can you hear that? Anyways, being aromantic, and mind you, being aromantic is a spectrum. Sexuality, gender, all those things, like that's a spectrum because it's a social construct. So technically, I decide when shit begins and ends, type of thing. Like, I choose where I stand. So for me, being aromantic means I don't experience romantic interest. I don't experience or feel romantic love. I can feel all types of other loves, like philia, platonic love. Like, look up like the Greek terms. I think it's Greek. I had to learn this in school and it stuck with me, because this is when I knew, I was like, wait, I'm not broken. I experience love, just not romantic love. So look up all like the Greek terminologies for like different ways to describe love and stuff, because there's different types. It's just English is so limiting. For me, it means I don't experience romantic love. I can love someone platonically. Like, for example, the love of my life is my best friend. Like, I think I've said this before, I'll say it again forever, as long as this channel exists. The love of my life is my best friend. And I don't mean in a lesbian way. I mean, like, nothing wrong with lesbians. Obviously, like, yeah, like, she's the love of my life. Like, she's like my other half. I know that's how people describe having husbands and wives, but I feel like there's too much importance placed on being a wife or a husband or a girlfriend or a boyfriend type of thing. Meanwhile, with me, I think friendships are worth so much more. That's why in my other video, when I was like kind of crashing out about this girl doing me really dirty because of a guy, I was really upset, because I'm like, dude, like, was it worth it? Like, I genuinely underestimated how much people like love romance, and they love that type of heteronormative romance, I guess. I mean, it applies to like queer people too. It's just anyone that experiences romance. I don't get it, because for me, being aromantic, it just means I don't experience romance. I don't experience the wanting to be a girlfriend. I mean, maybe that's because I'm not even fucking, like, I'm gender fluid anyways. My phone just dropped. That was really annoying. Anyways, I'm a bit all over the place, guys. I've been going through it. But speaking of gender identity, because it's a Q&A, might as well address it, because I have gotten some questions, because I do mention it here and there. When I'm unlabeled, I think if you guys see the rest of my channel, you'll see that I'm a very like flowy, like, I don't care about anything type of thing. Like, I'm fully against all type of labels. Like, for myself, you can label yourself if you want to. Personally, I understand that all these labels that you guys have as a society and as a people, they're all fucking made up, okay? They're not real things. They're not real. They're not tangible. Maybe it being tangible and it being real are two different things, but they're both intangible and also not real. So why would I subject myself to just a label that I don't even really understand? Because the thing is with labels, you need to fit every single thing on that list in order to call yourself whatever that thing is. So to call yourself a lesbian, you need to fit this criteria, but there's already different definitions of what a lesbian is, especially nowadays. So I'm just like, you know what? Look at all the labels that we have in general. We don't need all of that shit. So I say I'm gender fluid by definition rather than me actually labeling myself as that. As in, like, obviously I look like a girl and I go and I say she to myself or whatever, but people can call me what they want. Like, I'm gender fluid in the sense that I don't care about gender. Like, I'm very indifferent to gender. Sexuality, exactly the same. I don't really care about gender. Like, all of the partners I've ever had, if they had different genitals, it wouldn't have made any difference, I promise you. At least not on my end. So that's that. I guess one question done. Because I have some questions on my Instagram. I'm going to answer some of them here today, and then I don't know how long this video is going to be. I be yapping and not even fucking getting to the point. So let me just like carry on. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I've never once as a kid like wanted to be a girlfriend or like be with someone like for girlfriend, boyfriend purposes. When I read like about romance in books and movies, like to try and understand it, I just don't get it. Like I just see it as like almost like a caricature of love. Like I see it as a very fake, watered down version of actual love. And for me, actual love can't really be described, at least in the English language. Like it can't really be described by me. Maybe I don't have the words for it, but love is just love. That can have its own video. We're not going to get into all of that. My point is, I've never felt romantic attraction. Now you're probably wondering, how have I had boyfriends, girlfriends, and everything in between if I can't experience romantic love? Well, I'm here to tell you guys, romantic love is not the be-all end-all. We've actually been sold a lie. It doesn't actually matter. The reason why none of your relationships are working is because romance isn't real. Like the amount of relationships I've seen fail for all of the same reasons, like all of the same reasons, it all boils down to more or less the same reasons. Whether it's something to do with infidelity, like cheating, whatever, like partners having unrealistic expectations for each other, and just like everything is just so manufactured. That's the best way I can describe it. Everything is so manufactured. That's why your relationships are failing, because you don't actually want to be in a relationship. You've been fed a lie and propaganda from the government, especially if you live in the West. Look up the nuclear family. Bro, they've been pumping this shit into us since we could speak English, bro. Like, this is just how it is. Obviously, now today we're seen as more progressive, but I beg to differ. And to be honest, the nuclear family isn't really a thing nowadays. Like, I know people trying to like relive the American dream, all that shit. Like, we're not in a war anymore. Maybe, wait till World War III happens before you start, rejuvenating 1950s American propaganda. Because I don't know, like, I don't know. There's so many reasons why I think love is just not real, guys. Or romantic love is not real. Like, where do I start? Like, for example, yeah, I guess when it comes to being possessive and stuff, romantic love doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, for me, it looks like you guys are putting up all these imaginary barriers for yourselves. Like, you're stopping yourselves from doing things that you actually want to do, if that makes sense. Like, I see through people so clearly, guys. I see through this shit so fucking clearly. Like, I actually see through this shit. And when I see through you guys, like, immediately, I'm like, why is she putting herself through that? Why is he putting himself through that? Why are you doing that? Like, you would think there's a law that makes you, like, you have to do this. Like, I always ask people, I'm like, are you being held at gunpoint? Or is this a law in the country that you reside in? No to both questions. Okay, then why are you forcing yourself to be in this little, because like, you guys are genuinely sending yourselves into psychosis. Like, actually, you're like sending yourselves into psychosis over another person. And I know lots of people like to stop their critical thinking at blaming men. Men are absolutely to blame a lot of the time, but I can't lie, ladies. Like, maybe I'll make a different video on this. I think I will. Ladies, you're letting a lot of shit slide. I can't lie. There's so many things I've seen men do. I personally don't get mad at anything, personally. I just see shit and I just mind my business. I'm like, hey, man. Because I'd be thinking everyone else notices it, but some people are just choosing to ignore it, which I don't understand. Because it's like, if I notice something that's fucked up and I'm involved and it's my relationship and I don't like it, I'm gonna speak up. Like, why would I keep that to myself? Why would I tolerate that? I'm not forced. Like, a lot of you guys, the reason I think romantic attraction or romantic romance in general is not real is because I feel like you guys are forcing yourself to feel what you think is love, and you think love equals romance. Remember in Obsession when Nikki was, I was gonna say Nancy, when Nikki was saying to Bear, like, oh, I'm writing a new book about, it's a love story. And I think Bear said, oh, like romance, like romantic. And she was like, no. If I remember correctly, it was one of the other way around. Like love and romance were getting conflated. And I love that little detail. I don't see anyone else talk about that. I don't know if I ever will see anyone else talk about that. And that will not be the last time I talk about it. Today will not be the last time I talk about it. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk about this again in my video. I think I did speak about this in a video a year ago, but I was like on a fucking like manic rant. Like I wasn't even making sense. I don't even make sense now. I don't know if I've got my point across, but romance doesn't exist. It's propaganda. Love absolutely exists. You guys, what you guys need to do is organize, and everything is made in-house. Like, start nurturing your friendships. I promise you, everything you want, because it seems like every time I see these relationships, every time I see it, it seems like you guys really want a best friend. That's what it looks like. Okay, I broke up with my now ex in June, July, August, July. I always get July. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. And this was a point in time where my best friend and I hadn't spoken for like 2 or 3 months. And during this time, I was really upset, but I couldn't even bring myself to like acknowledge why I was upset. So I just really missed my best friend, but I didn't know what to do about it. So I was just kind of like in a limbo, and I was just feeling really all over the place. And when I don't have my best friend, like I just feel really weak. Like it feels like half of my energy is being gone. That's not an unhealthy attachment. It's just, I truly love that girl. Like I love her down. Like that's my sister. Like I'll do anything for her. She'll do anything for me. But I really wanted a best friend. But at the time, before I had just broken up with my boyfriend at the time, I didn't really, well, partner, I didn't really know how to act, because me and him were like on and off. Like I broke up with him, but we weren't no contact kind of thing. So, but it wasn't even like, oh my God, I love my ex because romantical. No, it wasn't even because of that. It wasn't even because of that. It was literally, I'm gonna keep it P. I missed my best, hey man, shout out to my ex. I fuck with you, like, but I love my best friend. So it's just like, I don't even know if he's gonna see this, hopefully not. But I just missed having a best friend. I'm gonna keep it completely honest. I missed having a best friend. And that's when I realized romance is just not real. And yeah, cool, I'm 20. Shoot me. Yeah, I know I'm young, but I know what I'm talking about. Like I've never really been wrong about these type of things. I think it's just heteronormative propaganda, first of all, and even for queer relationships, because a lot of you people in queer relationships, you guys start like, you know, I've seen a lot of sapphic discourse between butchers, studs, femmes, and like they're putting themselves into heteronormative boxes. Like you guys are acting like men and women when it's a woman and woman, or N being N. Like you guys start compartmentalizing yourselves. That's what I've realized. That's how I know something's propaganda. When the people up there, they're just laughing at us because they can see they don't even have to pull the strings anymore. They're just seeing us do our bullshit and laughing. They're like, oh, we didn't have to do shit. They already hate each other. They're already compartmentalizing themselves. They're not even realizing that we are the problem. The we as in the big guys up there. Whoever's the big, whatever the fuck, the big three. Like, they don't have to do shit anymore. You know how we used to do the whole CIA jokes? Oh, the CIA is laughing at us now. No, not anymore. We do this shit ourselves now. That's when you know a system works. Do you guys remember in, was it Mean Girls? No, Bratz. The live action Bratz movie from, I think, 2007. In the movie, the Regina George of the movie, I forgot her name. But Blair? No. Regina George of the movie, she had everyone going to cliques, right? So you got the goths, the emos, the jocks, the whatever, like everyone got their own whatever. And the Brats, obviously, 4 girls, they walk in together from different cliques. They're not even on a clique, in a clique, whatever. And then slowly, they all have their own personalities and their own skills that they like, right? Like football, arts, whatever. They go to them cliques as clubs. They expect to come back together as four. However, they stick with the cliques that they're at. And then the Regina George of the movie, she's like, just watch. I don't have to do anything. I never had to do too much because they're just naturally gonna go into their own groups. And that's exactly what happened. And she's completely right. And fiction reflects reality, all them things, like, it's the truth. So, I don't know, guys. I think romance is just a huge facade to make us have big families, generate money for the capitalist country that you reside in, or the country that you reside in. And just to create issues for women, because relationships don't really, long-term serious relationships don't really benefit straight women. I'm speaking about man and women relationships, by the way, but this generally applies to every relationship. I'm going to be real, because there's always a person with the trousers on or the pants on, as Americans say, in the relationship. I don't really agree to that, but like, let's be fucking honest. Like, there's always one even in lesbian relationships, there's always, the stud or the butch or the mask, sorry. I don't know what's socially acceptable anymore. The mask who pays for everything and the femme who does nothing. I personally don't really care what you do with your money or your time. I just think it's very funny that you're in a lesbian relationship and you're still co-signing them type of relationships. It's like cognitive dissonance. I mean, do what you want. I just see it as an observation. But yeah, it's just here to generate money, keep women unhappy as well. I think that's very important. It's literally there to raise women's cortisol levels. This is me having my tinfoil hat on, by the way. I don't really care. Causes women to have their cortisol levels consistently high, causing them to do, to do self-indulging things to keep their cortisol low, to keep their stress low. They'll do things like eat. And then you've got the propaganda of women need to stop eating to look skinny or whatever, heroin chic, the 2000s vibes coming back. But you're raising her cortisol. And not that there's anything wrong with gaining weight anyways. I just think it's very funny. Like, everything, genuinely, guys, when you actually look at it, everything actually does connect. You're keeping women in unhappy relationships. And shout out to the women in happy relationships. Congratulations. But I don't really believe that you are completely happy. Okay, let me take that back. What I mean is, when people are like, oh, we've done so much to get to where we are in this relationship, I always think to myself, okay, so one of you guys cheated on each other and the other one is resenting the other one, whoever cheated, for it. And they're going to cheat on you back. You just don't know when. This is all connected, guys. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know. I have a lot to say. So shout out to whoever watches the whole thing. I don't even know how long it's going to be. Raising her cortisol levels. She eat more, obviously, because she's stressed out, and some people stress eat. Then she gains weight, and then you want to comfort her for gaining weight when you've raised her cortisol levels. First of all, nothing wrong with being fat or thick or gaining some weight, but you can't get mad when the reason she's gotten there is because you raised her cortisol levels by keeping her stressed out, thinking you're always cheating on her. Guys, I have so much to talk about. I'm gonna have to split this up because that just reminded me, like, niggas who care about cheating, like, what are you doing? People are gonna cheat if they want to. You know what? That's a separate video. This one is just me talking about how romance is just not real. This is just a little coke rant. I don't do coke, but I've done it like once. Not good. Fuck it. PSA, guys, if you have ADHD or you're neurodivergent and you're thinking about doing Coca-Cola, don't do it. Don't do it. It doesn't do shit. I can proudly say I've never done like actual, like full, I've done carbon climb, if you know, you know. Done that maybe once or twice. Never bought it myself. It was offered to me. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm never going to buy or try Coca-Cola, so I might as well. Anyways, didn't do shit. Where was I? But yeah, like stressing women out and then lying. Men lie all the time, by the way. And I know this because apparently I act like a man. Like, not even in a, oh, I'm so quirky. Oh, no, like I don't know how to describe it without sounding like, I don't even give a fuck, actually. Apparently I act like a man, as in, first of all, because we're talking about romance and relationships, we'll talk about romance and relationships. I'm going to talk about outside of that. In relationships, I just do whatever I want. Like, I don't really have much, I'm not going to say I don't have much regard for the other person. It's more so a thing of, I'm not going to keep myself subject to that person, if that makes sense. Like, I am my own human. You decided to coexist with me. I'm not your extension. I'm not your leg or your arm. I'm just Mauer. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Another question I got, because we're inserting questions, what is my name? So my Arabic name is Mawahib, as you can see. Don't know if you can see it on camera actually, but it says Mawahib right there. And my Instagram is Mawahib Waddaani. That's, go check that out if you care. Yeah. And oh yeah, and my ethnicity, because I'm just, sorry, there's a window right here. I'm getting really distracted. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. This shit is really long. I'm just yapping. It's a fucking diary, guys. I don't care. My ethnicity is Nigerian, Moroccan, and Brazilian. So Nigerian, Brazilian, and Moroccan. That's, my mom is Nigerian, Brazilian. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, relationships, romantic relationships, no. I was so much happier every time I left a relationship and I was single for a period of time. Like, I don't even count, like, because usually I go no contact with exes anyways, because I want to, because I ignore people. Oh yeah, I was saying, like, I act like a man in relationships, according to other people, but I do see what they mean now. But I think what it is that women are socialized to be women when men are just socialized to be human. So because of that, me just being myself, like a raw human, like if I had a penis, I promise you nothing would change. Like, because I'm just me, my own raw human self, and I've not been socialized to be a woman. Like, I don't conform to any type of woman. I don't conform to it. I'm not against it. I just don't conform. I don't force myself to bend and twist into what society thinks is a woman. Like, I don't do that shit. But I just exist as my own person. Whoever wants to take me in, you can if you want to. If I want you to as well, to take me in. But the second you start giving me rules and shit, I don't like rules. I don't like being told what to do. Most men don't like being told what to do. Most men lie. I don't lie. I just have the audacity. I just do things. I don't really think. I think that's a mixture of my mania from my bipolar disorder and autism/ADHD. And me living as a Taoist. I'm Orthodox, oh yeah, religion-wise as well, because a lot of people assume because the Arabic name I'm Muslim. I'm not Muslim. I'm Ethiopian Orthodox Christian or Eritrean Orthodox Christian. So that, but I'm also Taoist. And I think I've made a video. If I haven't, I need to, but I'm pretty sure I have made a video on spirituality vs religion, but it's not even vs religion, it's together. Like I said, they're intertwined. So I'm a Taoist. I lead my life the way a Taoist would lead their life. Oh, I'm trying to, inshallah. But yeah, with all those things combined, like me being a Taoist on top of whatever is going up here, like, of course, I'm just going to live my life. I'd like to break free of all chains and shackles put to me, guys. Like, why would I conform to a life that, like, I'm not interested in? Like, you need to think about it like that as well. I'm not interested in romance at all. There's nothing good that, like, can you name me one thing that comes out of romance? Like, specifically and exclusively romance. You probably can't name anything. Because all those things that you can find in romance, you can probably find with your friends. You can probably do with your friends. Oh, what about sex? Friends with benefits. Oh my God, how do I know? I didn't even mention friends with benefits and I'm already like this much into the video. Wow. No, friends with benefits is awesome. Like, I think more people need to push that. We need a new wave of propaganda where we're pushing on friends with benefits, because I've seen friends get married, lavender marriages, or just marriages in general, because it's just the more financially smart thing to do. And also, I don't like to subject myself to being, you know, a potential girlfriend who just doesn't enjoy the relationship, because most men out there, I'm not saying most men are evil. I'm not saying most men are evil. But to be in a relationship with a man is definitely a choice, especially if you're in your early 20s. If you're going to settle down with anyone, don't do it now. Why would you do that? I used to, when I was like 16, 17, 18, I wanted to settle down and I would get with the shittiest guys who would control my life because I didn't want to think for myself. I literally was too lazy to think for myself. So I was like, you know what, let me just get with a guy who wants to control me anyways, so I don't have to think or buy or do anything. Then I realized I can just go through life and just live that way anyways without having a boyfriend. So yeah, the guys will just, they'll pay for me. They'll be nice to me. We'll have fun as well. If we fuck, we fuck. But like, I don't need a boyfriend. I don't really want that. It's just, there's so many reasons. Guys, how long have I been talking for? Have I gotten my point across? Do you now understand why I'm not going to say I'm against romance, but I do feel like it's propaganda. There's just nothing that comes from it. Books romanticize romance. Movies romanticize romance, but it works in movies and it's beautiful in books. However, it doesn't work in real life because romance is not a real life concept. I like to think and tell myself that romance is actually, when I say it's man-made, I say it's man-made within books and media. A lot of the propaganda we're given is literally through the media. I'd say most of it, especially in this digital age. So you guys are probably being subjected to like romantic propaganda. Just stop. I'm not saying become asexual or become aromantic, because you can't become aromantic. I was born like this. Like I see no issue with it. It's kind of like if you ask a blind person if they see the color black, they don't see the color black, they just see nothing. Okay, they see nothing. So it's the same way for me. I'm not really missing out on anything. I'm just alive. Like, this is just, I don't know, guys. Like, oh yeah, I was gonna end the video. What other questions do I want to squeeze in? I might just push that to the next video because I can't lie, this video is probably gonna be like 30 minutes.